Okay, folks, now we're going to build the registration page for our recipe box similar to this. So I've created another page called registration page new, and we want to launch our page builder, Beaver Builder. And I'm going to show you where the template is for this now, and we're going to set out all of the fields. So the title is still turned on for this page actually, but what I'll do is the fact that I have a template here already, I'm going to show you a feature in Beaver Builder that if you make a mistake, that if you change a template and you're not happy with the page, what you do is go back into the builder and find the original template and click on it, and you will get two options: replace the existing layout, which we're going to do, or if you click the append new layout, it will actually put the template that you've selected below the previous template on the same page. So it'll go after it. So, but we want to replace the existing template, and there we are now. And so now we have our template there with the module, and you can see we only have, I'll just click on a different module so we can get a clear view. We only have username, email, and password. So we need to add some additional fields to that. We need first name, last name, and another password field, and maybe the GDPR. Is that there? No, it's not. So what we want to do is, if you want to make it a bit wider, you can do that. So, and if we want to, I want to get the top text on one line. I think it looks better like that. And the thing is, just when we're here to explain this, I want to suit the style of your website. If we want to change the color in the background, it's there. And there's another reason to buy the Pro version of Beaver Builder, because you get a lot more options in the Pro version rather than the free version for backgrounds. You can have parallax effects and it's all there. Video backgrounds and stuff like that, that's not available in the free version. So I've selected that color there. And the thing is, you might prefer to have a photo in the background either. This is a very popular technique in design. The photograph is there. Now it looks a bit cluttered, and we can't actually make out our heading here become part of the meal plan community. We can actually move that around. And so this is why I was saying to you folks to do the free course with Beaver Builder, so that you can learn all these techniques. I'm trying to widen the top part now because it can be, there we go. I want to get the top heading on one line like that, or I could make it the font a bit smaller either. You see it's a H2, it's set there, but if you want to override the theme styles, you can go in here and change it there. So that's 22px. We've different measurements there now, so px is the best used at the moment. And you see we can do that, but it looks a bit odd now, the spacing there. So we want to go into the heading, and there's our first tab, and the style, and here, oh, it's set to the margins. So that's the margin for the top, the right of the block, the bottom and the left. So if I go, oh yeah, that's set to 30, the bottom margin. That's why the space is so big. So if I set that to 0, and we can see now it looks a lot better, doesn't it? So I was just saying about the background image, that it might be, if you think your background image is a bit too bright and it's actually hard to read the text and stuff, there's a feature here called background overlay, and we can put a color or a gradient over the image. So we can see it there now. If I just make this box smaller, we can do that too, so that we can see our screen. I'm working on a small MacBook Pro 16-inch, so if you have a bigger monitor, it can be easier to work with this stuff. But you can see here now that we have that overlay color option, and we can adjust the transparency, and you're going to see it now. So what I'm doing is I'm just making the image a tiny bit darker, and it makes the text easier to read. So if you look at a lot of designs, you're going to see that technique used a lot on sites. So it's looking a lot nicer now. The next thing is we want to go into the form settings, and I'll make this bigger so we can see what we're doing a bit better. We don't need a preset, is preset styles, so we don't need any of that. But what we do need is the username will be the username that they log in with, or their email, and the password. So we want another confirm password, and then I want to explain what labels and placeholders are next. Confirm password, just copy and paste that in there. Required, yes, we do need that. And we can control the width of the label as well. So if I put that to 75, I'll just show you what I've done there now. And you can see the width is different to the others. It's set to 75, but I'll put it back to 100. I just wanted to show you that. But you can see we have password and confirm password is there now. So I want to go in there, put that back to 100, save. And we need another form field. We want first name. And I'm just going to first name required, yes it is, so we'll put that there. And we want the last name as well. The reason I'm asking for them, folks, is because I want to use the first name and last name in our welcome emails and our marketing and the personalization on the site. You can see here that my name is there, and that's because I'm registered on the site. And we can do that for our Recipe Box users, our members. When they sign up here on this form and put in their name, we can show it in the recipe box when they log in. So it's a nice touch of personalization. It's getting very popular on websites and everything. Like I was reading an article the other day where people found that they expected personalization when they join up to a membership style website. So a lot of newspapers have gone that way as well, that they only provide content for logged in users and stuff, and they're all using personalization, and they show you content that you're interested in. It's filtered and stuff about your preferences and all that. So I'm going to do a video about that. So we Now, the field icons, yeah, that I want to show you what that is now. Recipe box registration. There's the icons there like that. It's a nice professional touch, so we'll actually show them. Okay. They mustn't be, they might show up in a minute, maybe they're the wrong color, but we've a lot of settings here now. The new user role, the default option will assign the user role as per the WordPress backend settings. So that's in WordPress back here in the settings, general. And this reminds me, membership. Anyone can register. That has to be clicked. If that's not turned on, you'll get a warning anyway, I think. But with this form, if that's not turned on, they'll tell you it's not turned on. And here we have it, the new user default role. When somebody signs up, it's normally subscriber, so we'll leave that as it is. But if you have a reason, you can change it. But the thing is, you might be giving people more access to the site than you would like to. So you have to be aware of that. I leave that as subscriber. So that's there. This is actually probably the most technical form that the video that we're going to have here. So it's important to pay attention to this, that we have an option here to hide the form from logged in users. So you can turn that on or off. It doesn't really matter because it's the registration page. Login link, lost your password. See, this is a registration page, so you wouldn't really show a password link. Enable password strength checker. You can do that. So there we go. You can have a link to your terms and conditions checkbox. So you can see that's after coming up at the bottom now. So, and you can link to your terms and conditions as well. So you might want to put some privacy information and stuff in there to do with GDPR. This is important now. After registration, what happens when they press submit on the form, and we do want to redirect. Okay, so we have to put in the page that we want to send them to when we log in. And of course, that's going to be our recipe box, that URL. So that's there when they sign up. So we can send them an email. We can send them a customized email from here. So folks, I would leave that at no, because you would normally send your first email from your marketing platform, which would be ConvertKit or MailChimp, or you could be using a CRM plugin in WordPress. Here, I can build all my campaigns and welcome series. So I can build my automations here, my welcomes here. So that's how that would normally be done. So I'd leave that off. Auto login we need. So, and then thank you for registering with us. And then that's self-explanatory. You have a success and an error message if there's something wrong. So folks, that's the most technical part. We want to get into the style now. Background type, none, because I've set the image in the other module. The border, that's the input. We can set the text color where username is there. That's what that does. The background color of the inputs. So if I change that, you can see there it's changing. I'd leave that at white for clarity. You can change the border, the active color, the validation, success and error messages, what colors they are, the terms checkbox. So there's a lot there, folks, and we can even change the register button, the button style. That's there. So, so it's the easiest builder to use, folks. So, you know, you can have fun there playing around with that. And the thing is that if you make a mistake, you can bring in, delete the block with the X up there and bring in the new template as I showed you at the start. And up here as well, that if you really like your design, you can save your own templates as well. So just go to save there and you'll be prompted to give it a name and click the save button. But what I'm looking for now is, folks, see the way I have email and the email there. So I want to turn off I want to, I think that's it, the labels. Yeah, they're called labels, and the text in the block is called the placeholder. So I didn't want the same thing twice because it looks a bit naff. So just thinking now, folks, that what we could, yeah, see the way the edges are different. So I just want my, it can be hard to click on that to get that little arrow box correct. The problem is we need to go up here, and I'll actually give it a bit more space at the top to bring it down a small bit. It's a bit tight looking, but I want to, on the left and right, I'll put those to 0 because I want that line to be straight like that to get better looking. So yeah, there it is, folks. You know, it's a tiny bit too wide looking, a bit odd, isn't it? So there we are, folks. That's it. So that will, you go to click now and go to publish. And so there it is. And I explained about the username will be used, or the email will be used for when they log in. So, and we have a password checker, and then the first name and the last name will go into, you see, you're creating a WordPress user. And so when we go into the settings note, it's users. You see, when they fill out that form, their details, they'll be, will get a new user that is subscriber. You can see that the role is set there, subscriber, this person. This is a testing account that I was using. And you can see that the first name is there and the last name and the nickname, okay? So that's the thing. We can use those details then in the personalization that I mentioned. When we go back to the recipe box, we can display their name on the site and any of the details really. But that's how that works, folks. So just want to go back and recipe collection. So just before I finish up quickly, I want to go back into the form because our icons were not showing up, and I want to show you where to set the color now of your icons. So we have the first tab, and you go into style, and there's a lot of things here. It's the tab there for input, and go down here and you have fields, icon color. And if I go there, I can go around all the colors and change it to what I want. So that kind of green is kind of nice. I think I have that color already used on this site. And we can change the icon size as well, but we've no need to change that, folks. It's perfect the way it is, I think so. Okay, so if you have any questions, of course, contact me through the usual channels. You can message me on Facebook, or you can contact me with the contact form or chatbot on over at cateredwebsites.com. So that's it, folks. Look forward to seeing what you achieve with this, and we'll move on to the next video.